Stay Young, Black, and Unique is one of the underground's hottest rappers right now, and he has been for a while. After getting a shit ton of traction and growing to near 600,000 monthly listeners on Spotify and Apple Music, due to his big early songs like Asian Rock, Treacherous, Still Phones, Blacklist, Floyd, Super Jump, and of course, most notably, Tony Dim, the song that got him the most traction by far at first. Of course, on top of this, he got a massive deserved boost from Lace Max and with Big Booty Max, which did an insane amount of work for him on top of the work that he already put on, since they vibe so well together on the song. And Yeat, who I wouldn't necessarily say fell off, he just declined in popularity quite a bit, which is extremely normal because, not everyone is going to be The Weeknd, Beyonce, Ariana Grande, or some other musician staying at their peak, if not continually peaking for 3+ years, like Yeat's run, let alone 10+ years, like those three. It's just not possible. But Yeat had an insane run from 2021 to 2023. Even then, that 2-year run was absolutely fucking insane. On top of some of my favorite unreleased songs like X and Oxy, along with all of his other albums in that time span, starting with Alive, which had a few bangers that gave him a bit more buzz. 4L, which was an insane look for him. Sorry About That, which came with the .com Nirvana video, and they were massive at the time. Off the Lot, and Money Twerk. Then Up to Me with songs like Get Busy, which became a meme because of the bell, of course. Trendy Way, Pretty Good, Ya with another 5 music video from .com Nirvana for that song. Swerved It, Turban, which is also really big. Money So Big, also massive.
And you know what else is massive?
And Deserve It. Up to Me had so many fucking bangers, and it got him to the tippy top of the underground, if not already outside the underground. On top of that, you could tell was also on Euphoria, the show of my wives, both Rue and Lex. Now, granted, it was only playing for 21 seconds, but that's literally all it takes. Just ask my girl Pink Panthers. Then, 5 months later in February the next year, this nigga drops 2 Alive, which went even fucking crazier, and landing him a placement in the Minion movie, which became a massive meme on TikTok. Because if you don't remember, people would go to the movies for that, dress up in the costumes, start screaming, doing all the Yeat stuff, and having a good time, and then posting it on TikTok. Popping in a Cole Bennett music video, Never Again, Rocks Got Me with Gunna when Gunna was still really big, Double on the Line, Rollin', Taliban, Still Countin', Love Money with Lancey Foe, and best of all, Dub, because of Twisty P. Now, first off, fuck that dickhead. He's a piece of shit, but he's genuinely top 3 reasons why Yeat even fully blew up in the first place, if we're all gonna be honest here.
Hey, where the powder, man? I'm spinning on these perks like I'm a laundromat.
6 months later, the motherfucker drops Lyfe, goes absolutely insane with Flawless, his Uzi feature that took off, Out the Way, Talk, System, Got It All, and What It Feel Like. Flawless was being used for so many fucking TikTok aura edits, and the clips of Yeat walking out to Flawless on stage were so fucking insane. On top of that, even the intro itself to Flawless was so fucking hype. Pure fucking consistency. Consistent heat again and again and again and again, and then all over again. Mind you, he dropped Afterlyfe in 2023 with No More Talk, Schmunk with NBA Coonboy. I fucking hate that nigga. Better Off, How It Go, and Split. Was the rest on par with some of those songs? No, I wouldn't necessarily say that, but it also wasn't bad. But also, mind you, these are all before 2093 came out, which was definitely an album that exists. But nonetheless, I still commend him for at least trying a new sound, because a lot of artists, they'll just stick to the same shit. If it works, and they won't grow and evolve. They won't try to talk about anything else. They won't try to have a new sound. They won't try to work with new producers. They won't try to do anything. It's just same. But back to Lazer Goat 700. Plain and simple. He hasn't been popular for that long because we're talking about Yeat from 2021 to 2023, and Lazer Dim didn't even get popular until maybe March to May of last year, and it's only been a little bit more than 365 days since then. And the music quality sadly hasn't also been that consistent, if we're also going to be honest here with ourselves. Even with Yeat, the quality of singles and songs from each album are about the same, right? Even outside the albums, it all felt coherent. There was no big mismatch, unlike Lazer's music. For example, Rich in Rome is a chill song, of course it sounds super professional, but it's not what you would go to Lazer for. It's something completely different, and that's not one of the sounds that you would go to Lazer for, you know? He just sounded way too chill on it, and that's not what people go to Lazer for, and too laid back as well. Now, do I think he could have a really good song with Ian? Yes. Do I think he could have a really good song with Nino Pade? Yes. But do I think a really good song with Nino Pade is possible? No, because they are completely different vibes, and I personally don't think that those vibes would come together unless Nino kind of switches it up and tries to, you know, not sound like fucking depressed and sad as shit. Now, even better examples. Mario Coins, Feels Like 2016, On Delay, Washed Up Bad Boy, Slenderman, and All Time. Ones I really do like and think stay on brand, even if they do kind of stretch out a little bit and, you know, try and give them a bit of a different sound, that I really do like are Look At Me with Unghetto. Even though it's a, you know, completely different type of song, with Unghetto's soft melodic type of singing, Winchester, and especially WYG with Baby Kia, because they have fucking insane chemistry, and I think they should keep working together. Yes, it's great that Lazer is, you know, consistently dropping music, but a lot of it just feels like kind of a bullshit, forced, low quality, random song that he just decided to post, instead of more like, yeah, this song is fire, let me drop this, let me put the snippets on Instagram, TikTok, and then put on Spotify, shoot a video, and so forth. It just feels like throwaways, you know? I think that they should definitely get someone to, you know, check over his music before he drops it. Get him on some type of soundtrack after he does all of that, that's, you know, for a show that's popping or pretty upcoming, even if not just a cameo, you know? I think that he would still kind of be able to benefit from that as well, especially because of his personality. Keep up everything, making him unique, and, you know, most importantly, just staying fully authentic with it. Because does he need a massive cosign? No, I wouldn't say so. But soundtracks and playlisting are also insanely fucking good for him. And especially if they're playlisting good songs, like, once again, Lace Max, What That Mean, Where You're Going, and so forth. He has so much fucking potential, and he's so unique, which makes it so much easier for Lazer to stand out instead of other artists. You know, people thought he was kind of retarded for a little bit, and it's kind of the same thing with Lazer, but high-key worse, if we're gonna be honest here. People don't understand, and they refuse to admit how much personality really helps when growing an artist, along, if not even just carrying them. For example, Cardi B, perfect fucking example. She rarely drops shit. She hasn't dropped an album since I was in, what, like 8th grade, and now I just graduated college back in May. Nobody gives a fuck about Cardi B for her music. She's just funny, and she's more of a social media person. And Lazer isn't like that. I think he just has to keep combining them and continue to develop a more interesting and better body of work. Just more music that people want to hear. Music that's fun as shit at concerts. Music that people can add in edits and montage and all that shit too. Cause Yeat, that also helped Yeat so fucking much. Loki, if I'm be real, if I was Lazer's manager, that nigga would be at least 4 million monthly listeners on both Spotify and Apple Music. But, you know, stay young, black, and unique. Like and subscribe, FOMO.